Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Have you ever heard of a story so twisted and shocking, it feels like something out of a movie? Well, today we're diving deep into one such real-life case, the tragic and horrifying murder of Christine Banfield. It's a tangled web of betrayal, love triangles, and unanswered questions that has people across the nation hooked. Stick around because this one has some jaw-dropping twists. Let's start with the core of this story, the life of Christine Banfield. She was a pediatric ICU nurse dedicated to saving children's lives. But beneath the surface of her seemingly perfect family, there was chaos brewing. Her husband, Brandon Banfield, was a federal law enforcement officer. They had a daughter and were living in Washington, D.C. But Christine's life took a tragic turn when she was found murdered in her own home. Christine's hero's journey is a tragic one, and sadly, there's no victory for her. But the transformation here is in the way people have rallied behind her, seeking justice and truth as more shocking details about her life and death have come to light. The emotional roller coaster in this case is undeniable. Christine's brutal murder left her family and community in shock. She wasn't just a victim of a violent crime, but also the victim of betrayal. Her husband Brandon had been having an affair with their nanny, Juliana, a young Brazilian woman. The public outcry has been huge. People feel for Christine as a mother, a wife, and a professional. But they also can't ignore the rage they feel towards Brandon and Juliana, whose actions appear heartless and selfish. The sheer heartbreak and betrayal in this case keep everyone emotionally glued to the story. Let's rewind to the night of Christine's murder. Here's where things get really wild. There was a strange 13-minute gap between an open 911 line and the actual call for help. By the time authorities arrived, Christine had been stabbed and shot, and Joseph Ryan, a family acquaintance, was found dead in the home as well. That's right, 2 deaths, 1 house, and a mysterious 13-minute silence. The police reports are bizarre. Brandon claimed that Joseph had attacked Christine, but the evidence doesn't quite add up. Was Joseph really the attacker, or was he another victim? And how do Brandon and Juliana fit into this twisted puzzle? Let's flip things around and ask the hard question. Was this murder premeditated? A lot of people believe that Brandon and Juliana may have planned this together. After all, why would there be a 13-minute delay in calling 911 if it was a spontaneous act? There's even talk about financial motives, with rumors that Brandon took out a life insurance policy on Christine. What's crazy is that despite all these suspicions, Brandon hasn't been charged yet. People are asking, why is Juliana the nanny taking all the heat? Is Brandon manipulating the situation from the shadows? Think of this case like a good versus ill fortune graph. Christine, who was on top of her career and life, faced an abrupt downfall due to betrayal. Meanwhile, Brandon's ill fortune axis seems reversed. After the murder, he's still free, living his life, and apparently buying a new Tesla shortly after the tragedy. Juliana, however, has plummeted from being a young nanny in a new country to facing trial for murder. The emotional investment here is high. People are waiting to see if she will break under pressure and expose the truth, or if she'll take the fall to protect Brandon. This case also follows the classic before-after bridge transformation trope. Before, Christine was a nurse, wife and mother, living a seemingly happy life. After, she was murdered, and the revelation of her husband's affair turned her life into a tragic news story. The bridge in this case is still forming, with the upcoming trial in November. The world is waiting to see whether Juliana will reveal more about what really happened that night and how Brandon fits into this dark narrative. So what do you think? Was this a tragic accident, or was it a cold, calculated murder involving multiple players? As more details come to light, we'll be covering this case closely, especially as the trial approaches. Don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any updates. Let me know your theories in the comments. Do you think Juliana will turn on Brandon? Thanks for watching, and as always, stay safe.